All right, welcome back everyone. So next run that we have here is Dark Souls, any percent, ran by Catalyst. Hello, Kata.
Hello, Deck.
So for this run, we actually had two bids. One is the character name, and another is engine choice. So engine choice will come later, which you can bid on it during the run. And character name, I'm gonna tell you which name just won. And
Okay.
the name is 12. That's gonna be your name.
Of course. That's good. I like that name. That's a good name. Alright, so there's gonna be Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition any percent. I'm gonna start as Pyromancer. I'm gonna explain that why a little bit later on. I'm gonna also start with the gift of Black Firebombs so that I can have a faster start, and I also need to use them throughout the run. Physique very slim because I'm a fat shamer, obviously. No, it's covers less of the screen so I can see a little bit better. Anyway, I think we can get ready on the countdown. So start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we will spawn in the asylum. You've seen this before, I am sure. First thing that you'll see me do is I will always keep on like blocking or toggling when I'm starting to sprint. So it doesn't matter if it's from an animation or if it's just when I'm regenerating stamina, like right here. What this does, it's a very small time save, but essentially my stamina, my acceleration to the sprint will be a little bit shorter. So that means I'm saving a little bit of time. I'm gonna approach the first boss. This first boss is, well, with the Black Fire Bombs, not very tricky. So I'm gonna chug a bunch of these bombs right at him from the correct spot. He does have a couple of different patterns. Some of them will force me to roll once. This is a good pattern. So we are past the first boss. That was swift. And normally when you start the game, you have these two items here that are your starting class items. I'm actually not gonna get those. I'm not gonna use those at all because I'm gonna visit the Undead Merchant and I'm gonna conduct some business with him. You know, I'm a businessman that does business, and I'm gonna purchase a weapon from him. I also don't need the shield because the pyro shield is crap. I do, however, need to keep the health due to being able to block first, and also due to using it for a glitch later on, believe it or not. So we talk to Oscar after this wall breaks, listen to his bollocks. Could you, okay, he actually gave me the stuff. I got a little bit confused there, that's fine. He's dead. Upper hands. And we're gonna go ahead and approach the asylum door, and we're gonna leave the asylum. So the first thing I'm gonna do right afterwards is when I'm jumping into this next cutscene, the reason I jump is because obviously when you get into a cutscene, you have no recovery after that, and a jump is really fast compared to running, except if you have the recovery. Then I'm also gonna open up a menu like this, and this menu I can keep through the cutscene and then close it when I enter Filing Shrine. This allows me to start sprinting a little bit sooner when I get here. It's a very small time save again. And at the merchant, I'm gonna buy a bunch of items. So I'm gonna buy 2 arrows. I need 1 of them for Hellkite to aggro him, 1 for Guinevere and Anolondo. I'm gonna buy the bow for Moose Swap Glitch. I'm gonna buy the rapier for the Moose Swap Glitch. And I'm also gonna do a glitch called Prom Swap. So I'm gonna be able to purchase the residence key even without having the souls to afford it. Now the way I do it is relatively simple. I'm just abusing the fact that this game has a shitty port, and I can keep a mouse cursor on my screen at the same time as when I'm playing with the controller. Now you cannot see it because I'm not capturing it on stream. However, hold on, let me do it first, and then I'll finish explaining it. I need to make sure I purchase the correct items. Alright, good. So you probably couldn't even see it, but essentially what happens is I press purchase on an item from one category. This is the orange soapstone that I can afford. And then at the same time, I press left mouse button. I press left mouse button in order to switch the category to the other one. So I go from consumables to key items. And this allows me to carry over the purchase prompt into the other category and purchase the residence key, which I need to get these resins here, which are very important because I'm gonna use the resin for 3 things. I'm gonna use the resin for the upcoming boss, Taurus Demon, with the reinforced club that I purchased. I am also gonna use the resin to cut Hellkite's tail, and I'm also gonna use the resin to kill the Black Knight. So, gonna equip these items. So this fight can be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna use a patented firebomb strat here, where I'm gonna stagger him with a firebomb. And while I'm regenerating his stamina, I'm gonna open up with an R2, see what he's doing. We chug a bomb, and then 1, 2, 3, and he's done. Okay, so that's Taurus. That was smooth. Now this is a scary part of the run, because if Hellkite decides to troll me and flies away, we are in trouble. Okay, so hopefully this goes just fine. I do have the arrows equipped. I'm gonna pop a humanity because I want to increase the drop chance of the Black Knight Greatsword. Now, if the Black Knight Greatsword doesn't drop, I do have software running that will give me the sword because I'm trying to show off the fastest route that is available for any percent at the moment. So I'm gonna shoot this guy. He aggroes, does an attack. I'm gonna cut the tail twice with the resin applied, and I got the Drake Sword. This is very important because I need to use the Drake Sword for the Iron Golem. I do some menuing there. I get rid of the DGH, which is not necessary for the run. And I also ordered my menu a little bit to make sure that everything works out nicely. So we get up this tower. I'm gonna parry and riposte him. Against just some ordering. And I'm gonna hit him once as he's standing up. Another parry riposte. That was a good attack. There's a holo that could catch up. That can sometimes make this a little bit harder, but he's not here right now. We kill him. And okay, we actually got the sword, so that is pretty good. So as you can see, we got the Black Knight Greatsword, and that's going to be the weapon that I'm going to be using for the entirety of the run. Besides on Iron Golem, but I said that I need to use the Drake Sword as I do not have the stats yet to be able to use the Black Knight Greatsword. I'm going to make my way through the church, and there's going to be some wild stuff going on. So most of you probably know the Sense Gate skip by now, but for those that don't, I'm gonna give my best to explain it. So I'm gonna quit out here because I want to de-aggro the enemies that are behind me. And I'm gonna aggro one of these holos. Then I'm gonna parry and riposte him. And I'm gonna force my character through a wall. When that happens, I'm gonna try to be in a specific position where I hit a death cam trigger. So that's gonna be a top-down camera view. Parry, riposte, that should be fine as far as I'm aware. There we go. So now I have activated the death cam. While this camera is activated, nothing loads or deloads anymore, right? The reason I didn't die is, by the way, because there's 2 planes, and because of precise positioning. It's not as precise, but you need to stand in a specific place. I only hit the death cam and not the kill box. I'm gonna light up this Undead Parish bonfire. I need it for later. I'm gonna level up dexterity so I can actually use the Drake Sword. And I'm gonna head over to Sense Fortress now. So while this camera is active, nothing loads or deloads anymore because the game thinks that I'm gonna die. Funny thing is that assets to areas like ladders, elevators, or gates load later than the areas themselves. So the start of Sense Fortress is loaded while the gate is not. So I can just get past it, quit out, put the game back to normal, and continue running through the Sense Fortress. As you can see, the gate is there. That being said, I'm still going to ring the bells eventually and kill both Quelaag and the Gargoyles. This, however, allows me to come back there with the Black Knight Greatsword, have it upgraded as well, and tear those bosses apart a lot faster. So these pendulums, as long as I quit out in a consistent place, these pendulums are gonna be at the same cycle because the cycle always resets with a quit out. So it shouldn't be too hard to get past them. Here's a lizard and he's gone. Again, I'm gonna try to utilize every single opportunity that I have to set up my menus. So first I'm gonna unequip everything because it's clouded on my hotbar. And I'm just gonna equip the Estus Flask. I'm also gonna use the next Gate to equip more stuff. That is simply because in this game, you cannot actually sprint while the menu is open. I quit out here to make sure the boulder is reset. Again, you could hear it. It was on the bottom, so I don't have to deal with it here. I'm gonna dodge these traps. And hopefully make it past the next snake. Ask him to step aside with the backhand of my fist. Like so. And now I'm gonna approach the top of Sans Fortress, and I'm gonna do one of the most important glitches in Prepare to Die edition speedrunning. That is the move swap. So the move swap is a bread and butter glitch of this entire speed game that isn't in the remaster. It's one of the biggest differences, and it essentially allows me to transfer part of one weapon's moveset to another. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get stuck in an action. This is gonna be a jump roll. I'm gonna queue up two-handing the bow, which is the only weapon you can two-hand in your left hand. And then before the game executes that, I'm gonna swap out the weapon, the bow, for the weapon of choice, that being Drake's Sword. So that was right there what I just did. And as you can see, I'm two-handing my left hand. For example, in Dark Souls 3, that is normally possible. In this game, it is not. Now, because the bow doesn't have any data for running, rolling, and plunging attacks, it's gonna take the data from the right hand, in which I have the rapier, which has this running attack that you just saw there. So that is a really good, really fast attack that hits in 2 parts, so I get double the damage. Okay, so this is Iron Golem. I'm gonna do 400 damage below his knee level. That's gonna allow me to stagger him. It is a little bit of a precise fight. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Okay, I got the Fist Slam. It should be 1 more to stagger right here, and then 200 more damage on this boy that never learns how to do leg day. And he's gone. Drops off the bridge. I'm gonna roll into the fire, toggle escape it, which means just toggling my weapon to get rid of the stagger, and I'm gonna get to Anolondo. So Anolondo, the City of Gods, obviously also the place where ONS resides, which is gonna be probably the hardest fight of the run. I mean, there's other fights where I can easily die, but ONS is gonna be a big one. So I'm gonna get the soul here on my hotbar, and I'm gonna dupe it. First, I'm gonna get to the Anolondo bonfire though. I'm gonna level up some stats. Those are gonna be the stats that allow me to use the Black Knight Greatsword. I'm gonna get 13 endurance, 26 strength, 18 dexterity. And now, similar thing that I did for Musop, I'm also gonna do for queuing up the Iron Golem soul. But before I actually get the confirmation box for it, I'm gonna drink an Estus. Okay, as I roll onto this elevator. Like so. And when I drink the Estus, that triggers the prompt for the soul to appear. But when I confirm it, it doesn't actually consume the soul. It uses the soul, but it consumes an Estus charge. As you can see, I'm at 9 now. I was at 10 when I left the bonfire. I'm at 9. So we jump down the elevator there. I'm gonna heal up here to make sure that I don't die on the rafters. That could still happen, because those are quite trolly. And here through the rafters. Hopefully I don't get trolled. Okay, this guy just went left side, so that's fine. And this guy might get in the way, but he did not. Okay, that's cool. I also see in the chat, if my voice is delayed, I can fix that really quick at the next bonfire, probably. So that should be fine. I'm gonna get to this level. I'm again gonna do some order and make sure that the Black Knight Greatsword is now above the bow, because when I'm switching the weapons, I want them to be close together. Nice running into a wall. That was really fast. I'm gonna deal with my friend Gargoyle here. Hopefully he doesn't wreck me. I rolled for no reason. And I'm gonna approach the Anolondo Cathedral. So normally, you go around the right here. There's a skip where you can actually get past the shortcut there on the left. But we cannot do it in this run as it requires full control, which we would have to get from Griggs. So here I'm gonna have to be a little bit silent to hear these lightning spears coming from behind and be able to dodge them. Or not. Okay. Same here. I'm also gonna turn back at some point just to make sure that I don't get sniped. Alright, they are super chill. So this is like, you know, a very problematic part for a lot of players, but most of you probably know that you can get rid of these Silver Knights if you play it correctly. Okay, so you can also get up close and do an R2 with a Drake Sword. Peace out, brother. Okay. I'm gonna switch to the Rapier, and this is like my only safety strat really that I do. I'm gonna get this ONS bonfire. The reason for it is, like I said, ONS is a pretty unpredictable fight, and I hope to get them down first try. If I don't, you know, it's no big deal. So, as I do not possess the RTSR in this run, there's no reason to set up any fall damage or anything like that, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm full health when I approach ONS, just to, you know, essentially give myself the best odds at winning this fight. There's gonna be 3 different openers that can happen. Depending on what opener I get, I'm gonna go either to the left or to the right. I'm also gonna try to perform the move swap here again. And let's see what we get. So it depends on what Ornstein does. Ornstein is dashing. I'll go left. I'll roll past him and try to get him to stagger. So the Black Knight Greatsword is pretty strong. Okay, he's shoveling. I should be out of range here. And a third one, and he's dead. Alright, let's strafe that. So that was phase 1. As you can see, I'm not only dealing a lot of damage, I'm also dealing a lot of poise damage. So I was able to stagger lock Ornstein there. That was a little bit of an unfortunate side hope. Fortunately, I had a lot of stamina to be able to punish it. Okay, I'm gonna play it a little bit safer here, see what he does. Because I can stagger lock on Smo as well. However, if he jumps back, he will like iframe through that. He's still alive. Not anymore. Okay, that was smooth. Not gonna be complaining about that one. And now, like, there's definitely things that we can die to, but this pretty much is the scariest part of the run, I want to say. So I'm gonna open these doors to Guinevere. I'm gonna shoot her because she's fake. And also because it's faster. I'm gonna move swap right afterwards to prepare that. And I'm gonna teleport away. So the same thing that I did with the soul, I also do with the homeward bones to make sure that I can keep on returning to my last bonfire. So now what I need to do, I didn't really explain the kind of framework, the goal of this run, right? So normally when you play Dark Souls, you need to kill these bosses that are called lords, and you need to obtain 4 of these lord souls and then place them in a lord vessel in the Firelink altar to enter the last area of the game, the Kill in the First Flame. However, as this is any percent, I'm allowed to use the wrong warp glitch, and not the 4 squid wrong warp, the one that you might be aware of with Alt F4 in a load screen. But the Purple Coward's Crystal wrong warp. Now, Purple Coward's Crystal is an item that's obtainable in the DLC. So essentially, the goal of this run is to get the Lord Vessel, open Firelink Altar, so that's why I'm gonna be ringing the bells. Let's see if I can get through Hollow Room without too many complications. Alright, seems good. So I'm gonna open the Firelink Altar, that's why I'm going to ring the bells right now. And then try to enter the DLC as fast, place the Lord Vessel, enter the DLC as fast as possible, obtain the Purple Coward's Crystal, and wrong warp into the final area of the game. So on this fight, where there's still a little bit of RNG, but in this fight you will see why I skipped the gargoyles early on. And nice flying opener, that's a kind of classic. And why I decided to come back later. So the Muso Black Knight Greatsword, even at +0, does absolutely insane damage to these lads. And what I'm gonna do here on this ladder is sub-menuing again. I'm gonna make sure that I equip this set, this armor set. I also need to make sure I put this Titanite here. And a big thing that's gonna be coming up right now is called negative duping. So this is gonna get a little bit wild. So essentially I'm gonna get to Andre, right? The blacksmith in Undead Parish. And what I'm gonna do is essentially use the prompt swap glitch again. You can also use the bone here, don't have to dupe it. And I'm gonna buy a pike 999 times. Now what that does, it doesn't actually give me 999 pikes. It's gonna give me 1 pike that is equivalent to 999 pikes. I'm thinking whether I forgot something to purchase that. Oh yeah, the weaponsmith box, I kind of messed up. Okay, let me dupe this soul, hold on. So I need to salvage this a little bit. I was too busy explaining things, and I forgot that I also need the weaponsmith box to upgrade. So let's get that. Okay, small time loss, no big deal whatsoever. Actually, now that I bought the weaponsmith box, maybe I need to look at the thing again. So I purchased the pike 999 times. And then when I look at it again, or rather the longsword, sorry, not the pike, the longsword. And I purchased it 999 times. When I look at it again, the game looks at basically when you buy. Hold on, let me do this dupe and then I'll try to do my best to explain this. It's a little bit complicated, as you can see. Alright, so I just duped the Twinkling Titanite. As you could see, I dropped a negative quantity. So I kind of messed up there, got a little bit confused. So when I have these 999 pikes, or broad longswords, when I press purchase on another one, the game checks for how many pikes... Oh, I keep on saying pikes. How many longswords I already have in order to determine how many of that item I can buy. So let's say I want to buy fire bombs, right? And I already have 20 of them. Max stack of fire bombs is 99 minus the 20 that I have. So it's going to allow me to purchase 79. However, because I can only purchase one longsword at a time, but I already have 999 of them, the game allows me to store a quantity of 1 minus 999. So it stores a minus 998 quantity. Now, because of memes, I can open 2 menus with the brightness menu. And as that happens, I can manipulate this quantity of minus 998 into the drop box, okay? And when I drop the Twinkling Titanites, I obviously drop a negative quantity, so I dupe them. So that allowed me to level up my Black Knight, or upgrade my Black Knight Greatsword to +5. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing here is the reason I actually started as Pyromancer. This is the Blighttown skip. It's my favorite skip of the game. So at the top here, what I do is I desynchronize 2 different variables that the game stores. Last area that you visited and your last stored position. My position is not stored on the elevator, okay? So my last position is on the top, and then I make sure that I touch the bottom New London ruins only for 1 frame. Now when that happens, there's actually a 5-frame buffer for my last stored position. So the game thinks the last area I visited was New London ruins, but my last stored position is still in Firelink, and that way I can clip out of bounds and survive this fall. And here, I'm gonna run on a 1 pixel wide wall, and I'm gonna try to skip all the way to Quillag's domain. So I messed up there, no big deal, I can just quit out, get back on the seam. As long as you don't really mess up at the start where you would fall in bounds, you're good. Alright, so I was trying to catch up on the explainer a little bit, and it got a little bit tricky here. But this is literally 1 pixel wide, I cannot really see where I'm going. And now the reason I started as Pyromancer is this glitch that I'm gonna do here. The air rolls. So let me make sure that I do them properly. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. Okay, it did. I rolled a little bit too late. So I should have just quit out because I thought I rolled too late. That's fine. At least I get to show off the skip again. So essentially you saw me chaining rolls midair, right? And when that happens, or rather why that happens, is because in this game, once I'm at a very specific weight load, actually between 25 to 25.000088% weight loads, the game's gonna allow me to chain these rolls midair. Now, the reason for that is a little bit more complicated, but let's just accept that it does. And the only way I can actually get to that is through floating point errors and through the Pyromancer set. Like, there's pretty much no other way in this game to get to this threshold without like wasting insane amount of time. You know, if you start as any other class as Pyromancer, so that's the sole reason. I also dropped the Gargoyle Halberd, which I didn't realize I had before. So again, I'm desynchronizing 2 different variables here to make sure that I can clip out of bounds. I get a slope quit out property for some reason, which delays the fall damage done to me, so I can just survive with a quit out. And I'm gonna backstab and backroll to land in the Valley of Drakes and make sure I survive this fall. And then run on 1 pixel wide wall.
Okay, may I interrupt you here for a little bit for some donations? Good. So we actually got a few donations here. First, we have Soap Sinclair donating $50 with no comments, no donation bids, just $50. Thank you so much. And then we have Peter K donating $15 towards Night in the Woods Demon Tower and Impercent's bass performance, saying, "Carl is an inspiration and the most handsome man. Good luck on the run."
Yeah, thank you.
The last donation we have is from Menace, donating $10 towards the ending choice of Dark Lord, saying, "Look at him go, people happy."
Thank you guys so much for the generous donations. Everything's going to good cause. And as such, I obviously decided to willfully prolong this run by failing. So, as you could see, exactly what I talked about how if you mess up at the start you can fall in bounds, can happen. I just demonstrated it. So, third time's the charm. Let's see if we can get this. It's a little bit of a shame that I died on the first attempt, but it's completely fine. So once again, slow properties allow me to survive. I aim to a very specific place here to make sure that I survive this. Should be fine. And then we walk on the seam. Okay, concentrate a little bit harder here. And I'm gonna make sure that I don't mess this up. There we go, okay. So these rolls obviously give me iframes, invincibility frames, and they allow me, if timed properly, to survive fall damage. Or rather, you know, to just iframe through it. So now we're gonna fight Quelaag, finally, that took a while to get here. And if I die to Quelaag, I might as well mercy kill this run. But fortunately I got the best RNG, so it's gonna be just 3 running attacks. As you can see, BKGS +5 is a very strong weapon with the move swap. So that was Quelaag, that was a lot easier than the skip. And I'm gonna proceed to ring the second bell. And this is gonna wake up Frampt, the crowd favorite. And it's gonna allow us to get into the Firelink Altar, which is my next destination. Because I need to place the Lord Vessel there in order to dissipate the Golden Fog Gate that is in at the start of Duke's Archives, where I need to head after Hydra to make sure that I enter the DLC. So first we go to the Firelink Altar. So as you can see, this guy is awake. Oh. There you go. I wasn't very happy about that. I'm gonna place the Firelink, place the Lord Vessel, and I'm gonna teleport away. Now, I don't want to sit there. That would be really bad, because I would lose this Darkroot bonfire. Not every bonfire in this game is warpable, so I want to keep this bonfire. So I can come back here, not only for Hydra, but also later for the DLC. Now, if you don't know how to enter the DLC, which I guess by now you should, I need to kill Hydra first. It's not a boss or anything, but Hydra needs to be dead for the golden golem to spawn at the edge of the lake. Now, when that happens, I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna get to that edge of the lake. I'm gonna quit out. I'm gonna kill the golden golem, and I'm gonna free Princess Dusk and save her. Remember that well. We are saving her, I swear. But first, I'm gonna do a thing called plunge here, or fall damage cancel. If I hit a slope surface with my weapon, with a plunging attack, the game for some reason will allow me to roll from midair for a certain period of time. And again, if I plan the roll and time the roll correctly, I can survive the fall damage. So Hydra is going to be 3 headcuts and 2 firebombs. Almost there. There's a little bit of RNG here at the end to see what finishing attack I get. This one is okay. I'm going to go here to try to make sure that I stay at the edge of the lake and I can move here. Very good. So that was Hydra. That was smooth. And now going to the edge of the lake as I was pointing out. I'm gonna move swap my weapon again for the golden golem. Every time I move swap, you can see the name 12 that you guys donated for, which is lovely. Don't forget that there's still an incentive for the ending. That's going to be running all the way until I'm in the kiln, so you still have some time to get your donations in on that. Okay, running attack here. We're gonna save Dusk. Oops, I just misclicked. That's really unfortunate. So Dusk waited 1,000 years to be freed, and now she's dead. Pretty unlucky, but you know, that's life. That's 2020 for you. What can I say? 2020 can be rough. So in all seriousness, it is actually a second faster to kill Dusk than to talk to her and confirm that you're gonna help her. It doesn't change anything for this run, because the thing that gets triggered is Elizabeth's death. That's the mushroom in the DLC, and I don't need her for anything in this run, so it is faster to just get rid of Dusk. So now I'm going to Analondo for the last piece of the DLC entrance questline, and that's gonna be the broken pendant from the blue golem. Hopefully I don't get wrecked by these boars. That would suck, but I think we will be fine. I'm gonna roll through the first one. Again, as you can see, every time I'm like starting to sprint, I'm doing something, like I'm either toggling or blocking, or I'm toggling my my bow. Alright, so we roll through the first one. Now the second one can either block me or not. It's a very small difference though. And he blocked me, but it's fine. Now, the boars can actually even get on this elevator, funnily enough. It's never happened to me, but I've seen it happen. I'm gonna moose swap my BKGS again. And I'm gonna try to navigate around these hollows and try to get this blue golem down really quickly. Do just one running attack, and then I'm gonna teleport away as soon as I can. If I die there after I get the broken pendant, it's no big deal, because I need to go back to this bonfire anyway. In order to get to the DLC, so now we're gonna run all the way back to where the golden golem is, and this would be a perfect time for a deck to plug something in.
Oh yeah, we actually got a new donation here by Orangy. Sorry if I mispronounced your nickname. Donating towards the engine choice of Link to Fire, donating $25, saying, hey.
Hello, thank you, Orangy, for the donation. Thank you everyone for supporting this marathon. It's always a pleasure to work on this and to, you know, be a part of it. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this year as well. So I'm gonna do another plunge. It's the same way as last time. Slope, time the roll, and there you go. So I'm gonna navigate around the lake once again. This can actually be a little bit tricky, because like normally you cannot run fast through the lake unless you have the correct ring, the rusted iron ring. This particular part is really tricky, where I just did it perfectly. I didn't get any slowdown, so that was nice. I'm gonna moose swap here. Normally the fastest strat would be to moose swap in the next fight, but I don't really want to mess around, because we already died before, and I messed up light down skip again. So I want to try to finish this run strong, hopefully. So this is the DLC. The DLC normally has 4 bosses, but I only have to kill Guardian and Artorias, because then I can get the Purple Cow's Crystal from the Battle of Stoicism PvP arena. So Guardian does have quite a bit of RNG, a lot of patterns, and let's see what he does. So this is the Wrenched Lightning. This is the small one. That's a great showcase. So I see he's very generous with the lightning today, Pikachu style. One running attack, stagger, another running attack, if timed properly, another stagger, should jump to the side, and he's done. Alright, and I'm gonna prepare air rolls again, because we're gonna be doing the roll wood skip, which is a super old glitch that this found, like, way back when, and now there's like 3 billion ways to actually do it. But the air rolls are essentially the fastest way to do it, so if you can do air rolls, that's the way. Gonna light this bonfire and sit at it, rest at it, because I'm gonna have to use it for the wrong warp later. And also it's nice that it gives me some safety at the same time, you know, against Artorias. So there's gonna be farmers here. I'm gonna try to no quit out and see if I can get around them. That's the optimal strat. Obviously RTA as well, because quit out just takes some time. I'm gonna also try to toggle, because toggling can sometimes break the AI of enemies, and I don't think I succeeded. Actually, I guess I sort of did. Never mind. Okay, well, at least I toggle escaped. You saw a pretty freaking cool speed up there from that hit that I got. So now I need to equip this last helmet. Guy came out of nowhere, kind of like Randy Orton. That's kind of scary. Okay, so air rolls here. These are really easy. And now we're gonna approach Artorias. Artorias does have a lot of RNG as well. I'm gonna heal, just to make sure. Like, I can still die really easily, even at full health. But there's a particular attack that if I get hit by, and I'm full health, I'm not gonna get one-shot by. And it's an attack that's kind of hard to dodge. Several different openers again, but if the fight goes well, I should be able to stagger lock him to death pretty much. Well, that's the worst opener. And... okay, good thing I healed. Don't do this to me, Artie. Come on. Okay, he's going to buff right now. This is a little bit of a disaster. Oh, come on, Artie. So we traded there. Oh well. The good thing is that he's dead. The bad thing is that I have to come back the whole way around the farmers. That kind of sucks. I got really unlucky there with some stuff. Like that's the worst opener I can get, the flip. But in the end, I over-risked at the end, and I thought I would just one-shot him. I thought the last running attack, because like I said, it hits in 2 parts, right? Remember, the Musop always hits in 2 parts. I thought that I would be able to kill him with just the first half of the hits before I traded, but I needed the second half as well. So fortunately, the trade was there. I'm gonna try to get around the farmers again and get hits once again, but that's fine. Again, quite a bit faster than quitting out there in a marathon. I'm gonna make a run back. I'm not exactly sure if this elevator is gonna be activated or not. Yeah, it's not. So it's a good thing that I prepared these air rolls. Now it is. And I'm gonna run back just to get to the Battle of Stoicism PvP arena to get the purple catalystz crystal, the item that I came here for, and the item that Artorias is trying to scam me out of. So, funnily enough, in Remaster, there's a fog gate here, and you just have to enter this first fog gate, and you get the purple catalystz crystal. In this game, you actually have to enter the Battle of Stoicism arena directly. So that's what we'll do. You see, purple catalystz crystal, boom. And I'm gonna dark sign to the last bonfire, and then all that is left is to do the wrong warp. So, essentially what I'm gonna do, this item, this purple catalystz crystal, is normally only usable in the arena that I got it in, and it is usable to exit the arena. However, through a frame perfect glitch called item swap, I can activate it anywhere in the DLC or while the DLC is loaded. But because the warp takes a long time, Because the warp takes a long time, I'm gonna be able to activate a simultaneous warp using the dark sign. Now this is gonna confuse the game, and it's gonna finish the dark sign wrong warp and put me to the Firelink Altar, my last bonfire. However, because 2 warps are activated, okay, let me get this. This is frame perfect. Might take a couple of tries. Okay, that was it. So, dark sign. And now 2 warps are activated. It's gonna put me to Firelink Altar area, but to the default position, which is in the kiln at the bottom of the stairs, the last area of the game. So, yeah, it is pretty convenient that they put the default position of an area, basically, you know, behind the gate that is supposed to be closed. But, it does work out, and it is why we have this category in the first place. So now my goal is basically to navigate to Gwyn. I think this is a good time to close the ending incentive, though Gwyn can still be quite a bit random. So close the incentive like on the fog gate, I assume. I'm gonna do a moose flop Gwyn. It can be really random. Like Gwyn can decide to like jump away or just insta kill me at the start of the fight. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It's always lovely to have a run where the last boss is a coin flip, essentially. And when he's done, I'm gonna need to know the ending choice, of course, and get in there. Fortunately, the Dark Souls 2 AA run, which I totally was watching and taking notes, finished so far underestimate that even this train wreck is okay for now. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a roll and a stab into backstab running attack. That's gonna stagger, and now I'm gonna try to circulate around him and keep on staggering him like this. And okay, one more. All right, he's dead. I gotta know the ending.
All right, so the engine is Link the Fire. So please do.
Okay. So we will get the fire, watch the cutscene. Time is now. And this was Dark Souls. I need a sip of water. This was Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, any percent. Believe it or not, I can actually play this game a little bit better usually. Blighttown skip was my mistake, and Artie was just really unfortunate. But I'm happy that I was able to showcase this run. I hope you enjoyed. It's a pretty fast and fun run. This is a great way to get into Prepare to Die edition speedrunning, by the way. You don't have to start with the Black Knight Greatsword, which can be a little bit trickier. There are other routes that you can do, like the Dragon Tooth, early Dragon Tooth +5, late Dragon Tooth +5. There's plenty of choices for beginners. And yeah, if you think about picking up a speedrun, head over to speedsouls.com, join the Discord, ask questions. There's a getting started section on the wiki, and there's everything that you need to know there, really. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Hope it was a decent showcase, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow in the relay race. Please keep on supporting the marathon and keep on enjoying it. That's everything from me. Take care.
Thank you, Kada. This was an amazing run. Thank you so much for participating and showcasing this run.
Thank you so much.